Michael Hussey is an absolute freak. This is how former Australian captain Michael Clarke described the thrilling win that put the Aussies in their first ever T20 World Cup final. You might ask what is so special about this game, and what I say, what was not special about this game. Everything. World Cup semi-final, defending champions batting first, and putting up a mammoth total of 191. Remember that back in 2010, 191 was like today's 220. Now imagine 220 in a World Cup semi-final. Total pressure on you. And then you lose your opener and arguably the best suited batter to the T20 format in the squad, for Duck. In less than 10 overs, you're reduced to 62 for 4. And yet you win the game. Now you tell me, isn't this super special? But in this game, there was an even more special moment. The player of the match was then 35-year-old, on the cusp of retirement, Mr. Cricket, as Chennai Super Kings fan would know, Michael Hussey. Australia struggled during the chase, and at one stage they required 87 runs from 45 balls. By today's standards, that equation may not seem daunting, but this was 2010, only the third edition of the T20 World Cup. T20 cricket was still a relatively new format, and power hitting came with stigma. Losing your wicket while attacking was frowned upon, not glorified like Abhishek, which encouraged a more calculated, low-risk approach, one that many would now describe as defensive. Cameron White played a crucial knock of 43, but when he was dismissed, Australia still needed 53 of 21. Remember, this is 2010, okay? Hussey hit Saeed Ajmal, Pakistan's leading wicket taker of the tournament, for a 6 the very next ball. He then got 16 runs of the 19th over with 2 boundaries and 4 doubles. 18 runs needed of the final over, which was being bowled by, again, Saeed Ajmal. Mitchell Johnson took a single of the very first ball, probably the most important run of his career, to bring back Hussey on strike. And then 6, 6, 4, 6 to win it with a ball to spare. Mike Hussey went berserk. The look on Hussey's face, as well as Ajmal's face, as well as on all Pakistanis' face, was worth it. The crowd at the Darren Sammy International Cricket Stadium erupted. Not because they were Aussie supporters, but because they had not expected the Aussies to win from that situation. But they got to watch a spectacular innings from one of the most dependable middle-order batters of all time. Mike Hussey ended with 60 not out of 24 in what is still considered one of the greatest T20 World Cup innings. They say this is when Saeed Ajmal came up with his iconic phrase, "What is science? Science is the man." I guess he was right, because of what Hussey did was beyond science to explain. That is my moment from the history of T20 World Cups. Follow 3 Slips and a Gully for more.